Yeah, perfect. Guys, in the last session, we discussed about our third mini project requirement, that is our blog application. I have given FDD for the blog application, and we discussed the doubts that are there on the requirement, and all the doubts are clarified. And I have already developed this application in my laptop. I have prepared a small video, what is the execution flow, and I have given that video in our WhatsApp group. So there I have executed my application and I have shown what is the execution flow, how the screens are going to look like. We need to develop same kind of application, right? So here, if you see, there is an index page. In the index page, we need to display all the blocks that are available in our database. So when we are displaying a block here, blog title, when that blog is created, blog short description, and when you click on the read more, the complete blog information will come. Here we have a search option. Whenever you enter some text and click on the search button, the blog which contains that keyword in the title, that blog only should be displayed here. That is the search functionality. Then after, view blog page is available. Whenever you click on the title or when you click on the read more option, then that blog should be displayed. Like this blog will be displayed. In that blog, whatever the comments are added by the readers of our blog, those comments should be displayed. Below the comments, there should be a form also to add the new comment. Okay. Whenever you add the comment, that comment should be reflected here. Got it? Then after that, if you want to just to read the blogs and add the comment, you no need to create any account. But if you want to write the blog in our application, then you need to register in our application. So there is a registration page is available. So direct registration by choosing your email ID and password. Once the registration completed, then you can log in into the application. Once you log in, it will display a dashboard page like this. In this dashboard, you will get the posts. Posts nothing but the blocks that you have added. In this dashboard page, it will display the blocks that you have added, that you posted in our application. Only your blocks will be displayed. You can edit that blog and you can delete that blog also. Blog deletion, I want as a soft delete. That blog should not be deleted from the database. It should not display in the application. And here I have list blog posts. Search option is available. When I enter some text and click on search button, you need to filter the blocks which you have added based on the given keyword in the title. That is the dashboard page. And similarly, create a blog page is available. Title of the blog, short description of the blog, content of the blog. So here title is a normal text field. Short description is a rich text field, text area basically. And this content is a CK editor. In this text field, I should have options to format my text. I can bold that, italic, give the hyperlink, give the bullet point, give the underline, keep the image, apostrophe s, keep the videos, audios, you can keep that. In order to add this CK editor, we need to use some JavaScript plugin. In the group today morning, I gave that script also. If you add that script in the HTML page, for that field, that CK editor text box will come. There you can format your content. So this is create blog page. So whatever the data you enter, click on submit. That blog should be displayed in the index page. Currently 3 blocks available. If I add here another block, that 4th block should come here. Got it? Then next one, comments page is available. When I click on the comments, it should display the comments which I got for my blogs. I have 2 blogs. For 2 blogs, I got 2 comments. Each blog has 1 comment. Only the comments available for my blogs should be displayed in the comment section. If any comment is bad, then I can delete that comment also. Somebody posted a bad comment, I should have the option to delete that particular comment. And when you click on the logout, it will go to again the index page where the blocks will be displayed. This is my requirement. Here, if you observe, in this requirement, what are the tables that we need to take? What are the tables that we need to take for our application? Yesterday, you guys analyzed database tables, right? So here we are going to take three tables, guys. First one is users table. First one is users table, and the second one is post table. Post nothing but blog post that I'm going to create, blog post, and the third one is comments table, right? So we are going to take three tables in the database for this application. One is users, second one is posts, and third one is comments. Now, as this application is having relation, which user posting which blog, which comment is posted for which blog. So if you just create three tables in the database, that is not sufficient. We need to establish relationship among those tables, right? So what kind of relationship we are going to establish? So in this application, the most important part is posts, that is the table. Blog post table is available. This blog post table, this who will create the blog? Blog will be created by whom? Blog will be created by users. Okay. So here, let me take a table called users table. Take a table called users table. And there is another table called comments table. Okay. Total three tables we need to take. One is users table. Second one is post table. And the third one is comments table. First, we need to understand the relation. One user can do multiple blog postings. Come on, guys. One user can do multiple blog postings. All right. Then next one post can have multiple comments. One blog post can have multiple comments. Comments are belongs to one post. Got it? So here if you observe the relation that we need to establish, users to posts. One user can do multiple posts. So that will become one to many. That will become one to many relation. One user can do multiple postings. If you see that from this side, then it is called as many to one relation. Multiple posts are belongs to one user. Okay. One user can do multiple postings, that is called one to many relationship. Multiple posts are belongs to single user, that is called many to one relationship. And one post can have multiple comments. One post can have multiple comments, that is one to many. Multiple comments can belongs to one post. This is called many to one. This is called many to one. So this is the relation that we need to specify. Is there any relation between user and comments? Do we need any relation between user and comments? So logged in user comments are not available. So there is no relation for that. So the relation is available user to post, post to comments. Now I will create an account in the application. I can create a blog. So then I can create one blog. I can create multiple blocks also. That will become one to many relationship. Got it? Then here, if you see from the post side, it is many to one relation. And if you go for post, one post I have written one blog. You can read that blog and you can add your comment. Everybody can add the comment for my blog. So that means one post will have multiple comments. If you see from the comment side, multiple comments are belongs to single post. So now when you are doing the DB analysis, you need to analyze what are the tables we need and what relationship we need among those tables. So total, I'm taking three tables and I will establish relationship between those three tables. Are you clear? Good. Now, let me go here file, new, starter project. I'm going to create our blog application. That is our mini project, Spring Boot blog app. Spring Boot blog app. Right now, click on this. Next, packaging type either jar or var. Anyhow, we are going for time leaf. I can make it as a jar. If I make it as a var, web app folder will be created. If I make it as a jar, web app folder will not be created. Click on next. Then I need to go for dev tools, Lombok, data JPA, web dependency, MySQL driver, time leaf. Right? So boot dev tools to restart the server, Lombok for setters and getters, data JPA to communicate with the database, MySQL driver, time leaf dependency to work with the presentation, web starter to develop our controllers. Right? Anything else required? Good. Next, finish. Yes, fine guys. Application got created. I need data source properties. So let me take it from the previous project. Yeah, I'm taking data source properties. It will specify with which database. It will specify with which database we need to connect. Sir, can you call that office boy? Ask him to change the battery. Battery change. Yeah, right guys. అక్కడ జరుగుతుందా క్లాస్ తొందరగా all right, I created the project guys. In this project, 1 minute. Yes, I created the project. In this project, I have added several dependencies. So let us see the dependencies I have added. Boot starter data JPA, starter time leaf, web starter, dev tools, MySQL dependency, Lombok also I have added. All right. Next one. Go to this properties file. In the properties file, I have added data source properties, right? With which database we want to communicate, the database properties I have added. Fine. Now we need to first create entity classes. As we discussed, user table, post table, comments table. We need to create entity classes for them. 3 tables are there. So 3 entities I need to create. So let us create the entity classes for that. New class. First, let me create a class with a name called user. I'm taking user entity, right? So in this user, what are the details? Private, string, ID. That will become my user ID. then private string first name, then private string some last name, private string email ID, private string password. That's it. ID, name, email, and password. Now, after this, I want to represent this class as a entity class. So let me go for @entity annotation, and let me go for table. I'm going to take it as a user table. Name is equal to some user table. I'm taking like this. Name is equal to user table. This user ID is a primary key. Let me go for @ID. I want to generate this value by using a strategy called identity strategy. All right, generated value. Now, don't write @data annotation, guys. The problem is when we are having bidirectional relationship, if you write @data, toString method will be called, it will give Stack Overflow error. So we should not write @data. So we need setters. For that, let's go for @setter and let's go for @getter. That's it. I need setter methods and getter methods. If you need constructor, you can write no arg constructor and all args constructor. If you write @data, what will happen is setters getters will come and toString also will come. When we have the relationship, then that toString method will be called continuously. It will give Stack Overflow error. Okay, guys, we should not write that. Let's go for @setter and @getter. User is done. If you see the form user registration page, what is the data that we are getting? We are getting the first name and last name, email ID and password. Along with those things, I'm taking ID. That ID is a primary key. After this, let us go for blog post. Create blog is available. Let me create that new class. In the entity package, I'm taking a class with a name called post. User also should be there in the entity package. Perfect. Right. Post is available. It is a entity class. So let me take @setter, @getter, then @entity, @table. Okay. For the table, I'm giving the name is equal to post table. Post table, I'm giving the name for that. Now, for every block, one unique ID is required. For every block, one unique ID is required. So I'm taking private integer ID. That is my blog ID, post ID. Then after, post title will be available. Private string title. Title is a normal text only. Now, short description, that is also normal text only. I will go for private string description. Okay. Then next one, here content is available. Content is not a normal string, right? It is having some formats. Now let me take private string content. That is my blog content. Blog content will have large data. That's why I will go for @lob annotation. @lob means large object, because I want to store huge amount of data in the content. Integer ID. ID is a primary key. I will take @ID. Then we will go for generated value. Strategy is equal to identity generator. Then after, title is available, description is available, content is available. For the content, I'm giving @lob. What is the meaning of @lob? Large object. Okay. Then after this, when this blog is created, private local date, created date, or created on, something like this. You can take any variable name. Created on. I want to give timestamping for that. For that, I'm going for creation timestamp. Similarly, private local date updated on. For this also, I will give a timestamp, update timestamp, creation timestamp, and updation timestamp. This is a entity class for blog posts. Whenever you add a blog post, that blog post will be represented in this table. Every post will have a ID. Every post will have title. Every post will have a description. This is the actual blog content. This content will come from this CK editor. It can have bold, italic, some bullet points also. To represent this content, I'm using @log. Okay, it is a large object. That means huge amount of data will come for that variable. Now this is my post table. When that blog is created, when that blog is updated. Then after, I need to go for another table called comments table. Okay. So let me take one entity called comment entity. So this for this also, I need setters and getters, @setter, @getter, @entity, and @table. Table name, I'm giving comment table. Comment table. Perfect. Now, for every comment, we need one ID, guys. For every comment, we need one ID. Private integer comment ID. That is a primary key, @ID, and @generated value. So the generated value strategy is identity. I want to start from one identity generator. Now, if you go to comment section, if you see this comment section, how we are displaying the comments in the blog page. Okay, who added that comment? Who added that comment? What is the name of that person? What is the email ID? And what is the comment? Okay, comment ID, then private string name. Who added that comment? Then private string email. What is the email ID of that person? And private string actual comment. I can say it is a content. Comment content. Comment content also huge value because they can write multiple lines in the comment. For that, I'm using @log annotation. Right. So integer ID, comment ID. This is the name of the person who added the comment. Right. That means they will submit the comment in this page now. What is the name? What is their mail ID? And what is their comment? So name, email ID, and content. Content is nothing but our comment text. So as it is a huge value, big value, I'm taking @log annotation. Okay. Along with this, if you see, when that comment is added, we are giving that created date also. For that, let me go for private local date created on. For that, let me go for creation timestamp. There is no option to update the comment. In our application, there is no option to update the comment. So I don't need any updated date. So only created date is required because when I am displaying the comment, I'm giving the date when that comment is created. There is no option to edit the comment. That's why I'm not giving any updated date. So with this, plain entity classes are created without any relationship. I created post class, I created user class, and I created comment class. So user class is representing user table, post class representing post table, comment class is representing comment table. Entity. What is entity? What is entity? The Java class which is mapped with database table is called as entity. Java class which is mapped with the database table is called entity. Now let us see here comment is available. Comment is available. These comments belongs to one post. Multiple comments are belongs to one post. Now let me go for private post, post. So here what is the relation? That is many to one relation. And we need to take a join column. So this post is belongs to which column? Okay, I'm taking it as a post ID. Right, I'm taking it as a post ID. What is the meaning of a post ID? What is the meaning of post ID? This comment is belongs to which blog post. That blog post ID I want to insert in the comment table. Now if you see from comments table to post table, many to one relation. multiple comments belongs to single blog post. That's why I'm taking many to one relation, and it is join column. That means what is the foreign key between comments and post? Post ID. For every comment, post ID will be inserted. That post ID will represent which comment is belongs to which post. Which comment is belongs to which post. That post ID will be inserted into comment table. Now, if you go to post table, if you go to post, one post can have multiple comments. One post can have multiple comments. Private list of comment, then I can take it as a comments. Private list of comments. Now, what is the relation from post table to comments table? It is one to many relation. It is one to many relation. Then in this one to many, we are going to specify mapped by. So we mapped by what? Post. We mapped by post here. Mapped by post. Now here I am going for cascade is equal to cascade type dot to remove. Cascade type dot remove. What is the meaning of that? When I delete the post, all the comments also should be deleted. Whatever the operation I am performing on the parent record, that operation should reflect on the child record also. Post is a parent record. One post can have multiple comments. When I delete the post, all the comments also should be deleted. Are you clear? If I give cascading type dot all, that means all the operations I do on the parent will reflect on the child. If I give cascade type dot remove, what is the meaning of that? Whatever the remove operation I do on the parent, that should reflect on the child also. All right. Private list of comments, one to many. That means post table having one to many relationship with the comments table. One post can have multiple comments. Multiple comments are belongs to single post. Mapped by post, cascade type remove. Comment. Many to one, join column. Post ID. That means post primary key, post table primary key will be inserted into comment table as a foreign key. That means when I look at the comment, I will understand this comment belongs to which post. For this post, how many comments are available? When you go for post page, so here Java blog is available. For this Java blog, there are 2 comments available. In future, it will become 100 also. Which comments are belongs to which post? Which post is having which comments? There is a bidirectional relationship. Okay. If I see from post, one to many. If I see from comments, many to one relation is available. Foreign key will be inserted in the parent table or child table. Child table. Post is a parent. Comment is a child. Parent table primary key will be inserted into child table as a foreign key. So the relationships should be very strong. Then only we can develop our code properly. Good. Then next one, look at this user and post. What is the relation between user and post? User to post, what is the relation? User to post one to many. Post to user, many to one. Here, if you want, you can go for bidirectional relationship. You can go for unidirectional relationship also. Now let me go to post table. Post already having relation with the comments, that is one to many. Similarly, let me go for private user. Private user. What is the relation? The relation is many to one. The relation is many to one, and go for join column name is equal to user ID, or you can say created by. Which user created this post, or which user created this post. This name can be anything. Okay. When I specify many to one, join column with user, that means user table primary key will be inserted into post table as a foreign key. Are you clear? Now it is optional. If you want to specify in the user table one to many, if you can specify, or if you don't specify also, there is no problem. If generally people will specify private list of posts, I will specify this as posts. Okay, what is the relation now? What is the relation now? It is one to many. One user can have multiple posts here. Let me specify this relation as one to many. One to many, and I will give mapped by is equal to user. So what is the variable name I have given? User. I'm specifying it is mapped by user. You can specify fetch types. You can specify cascading type also. First of all, writing this is not mandatory. If you want bidirectional relation, then only you need to do this. Otherwise, you can ignore this. I'm skipping that. Okay, guys, I'm not writing that. Okay. Now, am I able to establish the relation? User table is available as a normal entity class. Okay. Then go to post table. Post table is having many to one relation with the user, and it is having one to many relation with the comment. So post is having a reference of user ID, and it is having some comments. If you go to comment table, comment is having a reference of the post ID. Are you clear? Let us run this application and see tables are creating as expected or not. Right. Right click, run as boot application. Go to console. Look at this. JRTP post table does not exist. Okay, tables are not created. What is the reason? DDL auto update. Refresh, update Maven project. Maven update the project, force update. Perfect. I have updated this. Right click, run as boot application. @entity user table, that is good. Post table, user having join column mapped by post comment. In the comment, I'm taking it as a post underscore ID. Yeah. Post ID, user ID. Data type is integer. Integer in the comment table post ID. In the post table, I'm taking it as a user underscore ID. Let me go here and do the create. Right. Refresh. Run as boot application. Command exception. Post ID, integer, not null, auto increment, content, long text, created on, description. Okay. The problem is I have given description as a DESC, that is a predefined keyword in the MySQL database. Right. Go to post. Instead of DESC, I need to go for description. Okay. So if I take only DESC, that is a predefined keyword, it is not accepting as a column name. Right. Refresh, run as boot application. Right. So with this, we are able to create comment table, and we are able to create post table, and we are able to create user table. In the comment table, foreign key is added. In the post table also, foreign key is added. Let's connect to the database and check it. Really, the table structure is created as expected. Use the tables. Then let me go for describe user underscore table. The first one is user underscore table. Now, if you see, my user table is created as expected. Let me take the screenshot of this. Guys, if you observe, this is my user table. This is my user table. User ID is available. User ID is a primary key which is having auto increment. Email, first name, last name, and password is also available. After that, one user can add multiple posts. Let me describe the post table. Describe post table. See, describe is a predefined keyword. We can't take that as a column name. Post table. Now, this is my post table. So in the post table, we are having user ID. That user ID is a foreign key. User ID is a foreign key. Now, so this is our post table. If you see the post table, post ID is available and that is a primary key. Created content. Content is coming as a long text because I have given lob annotation. Created on description of the post, title of the post, updated on user ID is available. Okay, post ID is a primary key, user ID is a foreign key. So user table user ID will be stored into the post table as a foreign key. Why I am storing user ID in the post table? Why I am storing user ID in the post table? Why I am storing user ID in the post table? Come on. To understand which post is given by which user is added, which post, we can understand that relationship. Next one, let us describe comment table. Okay, which one will be available as a foreign key in the comment table? Post ID, right? Comment table, this is my comment table. Okay, let me take this field, let me take this and let me go here. I'm giving comment table. So this is our database design. This is our database design. So let me make it as user table. Give me some name for that. Table name, that is user underscore table. User underscore table. So it is used to store users data. It is used to store user data. And the next one, this is post table. It is used to store our blog posts. And this is our comment table. It is used to store the comments given by user. User table, post table, and comment table. Perfect. Now check it. How many of you done DB analysis properly? That is fine. That is fine. How many of you done DB analysis correctly? Raise your hand. Correct DB analysis. Lob. Yeah, lob, that is fine. That is accepted. 10 members mostly. 10 people has done DB analysis. We'll see that, sir. We'll check it. Guys, I told you a couple of times, nobody will tell you this analysis in the company. They will just give the requirement. You have to analyze that requirement and you need to design your tables first. Without doing proper DB analysis, we cannot start the coding part. First of all, what is our database? That should be finalized. Now, for our application, user registration is available. User data will be stored in the user table. User can log in into our application and user can do block creation. When user do the block creation, that block will be stored into block post table. In the blog post table, I'm having a user ID, which post has done by which user, which post has done by which user. That user ID we are maintaining as a foreign key in the post table. And once the post is created, anybody can read our blog and they can, if they like it or if they don't like it, they will add some comment. Okay. When the comment is added, to store the comments, I have a table called comment table. They are doing the comments with their name, email ID and comment. So their name, email ID, comment will be available. But that comment they are adding for which blog, that blog post ID I am storing as a foreign key in the comment table. If you don't maintain these relationships, we cannot develop this application. Without relationship, can we develop this application? If my tables does not have a relation, which post done by which user, which comment is belongs to which post. If you don't have relationship in the tables, this requirement development is impossible. You have to establish relationships among the tables. So database design got completed. What is the next step? We need to do the Java component analysis and we need to start our coding part. Okay, all of you open your laptop, correct your entities. I want you to complete login registration now. Login functionality, registration functionality should be completed now. Come on. Start the development. Correct your entity classes. Correct your entity classes. I'm not going to give the entities for you. You need to create your entities. I explained how to create the entities. I explained how to create the entities. You need to do that entity creation. You need to do that entity creation. User table will be available. Online people, please open your laptop and start the coding part. User table, post table, and comment table. User table, post table, and comment table. I want you people to design entities and complete login functionality, registration functionality now. You need to complete those screens development, login and registration. Online people, start creating the entity classes as per our discussion today. And I want you to complete registration and login pages, controller service repository, everything you need to develop. Within half an hour, you should be able to complete login and registration functionality. It will not take much time. You need to insert the data from the registration page and you need to do the login. If login is a success, redirect it to the dashboard method. Online students, I'm not speaking anything. I'm waiting for you people to complete the task. I'm not speaking anything. You need to complete your task. Create the project. Create the entity classes. Then develop login and registration functionality. Guys, I want to use Spring Boot, Timely, Bootstrap, right? We need to use all those stuff. How I have given the screens, in the same way I want you to develop. Online students, are you able to create the project and entities? I have given the DB design in the portal, guys. I uploaded this PDF document which contains a database design. Online people, anyone having any questions? Online students, anyone having any questions? You can unmute your mic and you can ask me.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, hi.
Hello, sir. One to many. We can use one to many mapping inside list, sir.
Sorry?
Sir, we can use sir list.
Yeah.
You can use sir list instead of list. We can use set, sir.
Set also you can use. Either list or set, anything is fine.
We have to sir duplicate comment.
Duplicate comment we can add, right? Suppose in the Facebook you are adding, you posted your photo. I added a comment called nice, and your brother also commented as nice. Duplicate comments are accepted, right?
Okay. Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah. Anyone else having any other question from online? DB design I shared in the portal. I want you to develop entity classes for that. And complete the login functionality, registration functionality today. If you have no questions, then I will stop for today. We'll meet in the tomorrow session. Okay, guys. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow. Please complete the login and registration functionality before coming to tomorrow's class.